indicated that this transaction, this call, which was made on the 15th, was made via WhatsApp. Then let's move on to the second call.
My Lord, now I don't understand anymore. So we're going to answer the same questions about the same thing again and again and again.
Don't worry, someone will understand this somewhere if you don't understand it.
Baby shark, chaka, chaka, baby shark. I don't know why that came out. I don't know why. I wanted to say baby Steyn, and then boom, a baby shark came out of my mouth. Anyway, I digress. Listen, Steyn. I don't know what it's going to take for you to realize Mshololo is not here to play, okay? Mshololo did not come to play. Can you stop with the drama? Can you stop trying to call out for help? No one is coming to save you. Did you notice Zui from Baloy? King of I object, and he's always ready to jump in. Okay? Nothing. Nada. Tololo. Okay? Did you notice Zui from Judge Rata? Not even a pen click. Not even lips sounds. Not even him muttering under his voice. Judge Rata said, "Leave me out of it. I'm just trying to control myself. I've got my own issues with this woman. Don't start with me." And Mshololo is cruising along nicely, okay? Mshololo is cruising along nicely. Let's continue on.
Secondly, the first call you said it was via the BBM. Am I correct?
I mentioned it's been made by Blackberry Net.
And the Blackberry net, I'm putting it to you, Colonel, now, so that we don't waste the court's time, will only function if both people are using the same device, which is Blackberry. If you are not using Blackberry, you will not be in a position to access the BBM net. Do you know that?
I don't know what kind of phone did he have that time, because we didn't have any Section 205 from him, so we can assume he did have a Blackberry.
Mr. Ntuli did not use Blackberry, did not have Blackberry. He couldn't afford it.
That's
at that
according
time.
to you?
Yes. So how come will he be able to communicate with the person who was using the Blackberry, according to your evidence, if he did not have the Blackberry phone?
Like I mentioned to the court, I got no record of him. I only mentioned what I got on the Section 205 of Vodacom. And if there's a call or a transaction to that phone, then we assume that both of them were in the position of the correct handset, which allows them to make the call.
Therefore, I'm telling you that that was not possible.
That's your opinion.
That is not true, what you are testifying in this court.
That's your opinion.
There was no way Ms. Kelly Kumalo could have communicated via Blackberry net with someone who did not possess the Blackberry phone. It means your evidence is not true and correct. It's false beyond reasonable doubt.
Normally, when I'm editing, I take out all the silent spots, okay? The dead spots, where nothing is being said. Of course, I take out the interpreter. That goes without saying. But, guess what? I left in the silence here, okay? I wanted you to hear the pin drop. I wanted you to hear Steyn not breathing. I wanted you to hear Baloy is not coming. I wanted you to hear Judge Rata is looking away from Steyn, okay? He is not even winking. Well, I wanted you to imagine what Judge Rata is doing, because Mr. Cameraman, there are crucial moments where we need you to move that camera, okay? I'm going to need you to listen to this. There are crucial moments like this one where we needed to see what Judge Rata was doing, okay? We needed to see his facial expressions. We needed to see what Baloy was doing. Those were the key people right here. And you know what? The other day, I think that it depends. The cameraman, what he does depends on if the cameraman is actually following the case. And when we have a cameraman who's following the case, he does the movements real good. Sometimes we just have the cameraman who's just there to move the camera whenever he feels like it. Those are the days where I'm not too happy. Anyway, I digress. So we do not know what Judge Rata and Baloy were doing, but what I do know is that they kept quiet. They did not even throw Steyn a life jacket. They didn't even throw him that ring, okay, when he's drowning in the pool. No, not even in the pool. He's in the ocean right now, okay? They didn't even throw him anything. They kept quiet and they left him alone, okay? Now, for Lady Mshololo, she went on to say, to finish it off, okay, she was already like stabbing him the entire time, but now she decided, you know what? Let me just push the dagger in real hard. And once it's in, I'm going to twist it left, right to make sure that he feels the pain. She completes her statement by saying, it means your evidence is not true. It's false beyond reasonable doubt. Listen, the mic drop right there. Mshololo, that should you should have ended it right there because you're killing Umlungu. Okay, how can you say that to Umlungu? This is the level of I don't care that I signed up for. Go for it, Mshololo. We are here for the drama. If there's one thing we're here for, is the drama. And definitely justice for Senzo Meyiwa. But you know what? You're serving drama and we're eating it up. Let's see where she takes this next. But before we do that, Steyn said something really interesting. So Mshololo said, did you know what? Let's not even waste the court's time. I'm putting it to you now so we don't waste the court's time. What? Blackberry will only function if both people are using the same device. That is, Kelly has a Blackberry, Mr. Ntuli has a Blackberry, okay? And and he says, Steyn says, we can therefore assume he had a BlackBerry since we can therefore assume he had a BlackBerry since I don't have the Section 205. Why should you assume he had the BlackBerry? How come your assumption is not um, that he didn't have the BlackBerry? Do you see what I'm saying? Why is your assumption that he had it? BlackBerry was not a phone that was just carried by anyone. I never had a BlackBerry. I definitely could not afford a BlackBerry. It was actually BlackBerry at the time was associated mainly with work. Remember, those are the first times that you could send an email from a device. Guys, you've got to think and go back to 2014. Not think in today's terms of sending an email. Today, even a 5-year-old can send an email, okay, on any device. Well, most devices. But guess what? That was 2014, where this was a brand new phenomenon. I think iPads were even just making their entry into the scene. No, iPads must have been there before. But anyway, you know what? I'm digressing. The point I'm trying to make here is Steyn would rather assume that accused number 5, Fisowihle Ntuli, had a BlackBerry, but that's not proving beyond reasonable doubt because there's the 50% chance that he did not have a Blackberry. And if he did not have a Blackberry, therefore, Mr. Judge, you got to know this phone call did not happen. But we know our judge. He has a tendency, based on what we see him show, to go with whatever the witness is saying. So I think Mshololo did a fantastic job proving beyond reasonable doubt. Okay, that Steyn is lying. Well done, Mshololo. Okay, and the back and forth continues, and then Steyn says, but that is according to you. Because Mshololo said he couldn't afford a BlackBerry. And Steyn says, that's according to you. Now, Steyn, what do you, I thought you said you didn't know the witnesses. What do you know that we don't know? But I think Mshololo missed an opportunity here by being too emotional, too reactional. Okay. Here she should have remained focused because we want the record to reflect everything accurately and take out the emotion. And she said yes. But I would have loved to hear her say, my client says he did not have a Blackberry. Okay, never has had one, blah, 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 blah. Something along those lines, okay? As opposed to her responding for the client. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense. And then Steyn says, that's your opinion. The liver, the audacity. And Mshololo takes him out with, it means your evidence is what? Is not true. It's false beyond reasonable doubt. Love it so much. I love it so much, Mshololo. Okay, let's continue on.
Any comment?
No comment because I can't testify on something I don't have in front of me.
You don't have to have it. You don't have to have those cell phones now in front of you. This is the evidence we are supposed to possess. In terms of your rank, you have insisted that you want to be referred as Colonel here. And Colonel is a senior person in the SAPS who knows the information I'm talking about. Even a reservist constable, if I can call him here, he will confirm that the Blackberry net, you'll only use it if you have two cell phones, if you have two Blackberry phones.
My lord, I'm not going to take it that she's going to take me on in person. I'm a colonel in the police. I got more than enough experience and education to show to her that there was a transaction. And I got a transaction proof that it's coming from a download. And if it's been made on a download, definitely both parties must have the same tool to make that transaction.
Yeah. That's why I'm proving to you that what we are saying is not correct. It's not the true information, that the transaction was made via the Blackberry net.
No, I don't agree with you. I can prove to you on page 1766, Blackberry net, and if you go to the next one, then you will see that it is internet being used. So I don't agree with you.
You move to Blackberry net when it suits you. You move to WhatsApp call when it suits you. That's all fabrication, Colonel.
I don't agree with you.
Thank you, my lord. I have no further questions.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Is it Mrs. Wanda or Aloy? Re-examination?
And finally, ladies and gentlemen, Mshololo, Lady Mshololo, the energy bunny. The battery runs out and she ends her cross-examination on such a low note, okay? In terms of, she didn't do a closing statement. She just came in through and said, that's it from me. Thanks so much for watching. See, if she was a YouTuber, she'll be dropping that. That's it from me today. Thanks so much for watching. But she left Steyn still upset. He's still ready to go at her, and she is done. She has done her job. She has put on the record reasonable doubt with regards to his assumption on Blackberry. But I have a question for you, ladies and gentlemen. Steyn said something, and you know what? I can't ignore him just because, I'm a supporter of Mshololo. He said on the section 205, it says Blackberry net. So they obviously his analysis skills are poor, okay, beyond reasonable doubt. But it is there on the section 205. So, and we also know that Ukeli Kumalo, the cell phone downloads that he has, this is where for me I say his analytical skills are on a low, okay? And he was doing this without supervision. So, Senzo Mngunu, okay? The South African Police Services Minister, I'm gonna need you to come this side and just verify what's going on in that department. I'm jumping ahead. I was about to say something for the next video, but you know what? Let me pause on that, okay? Let me pause on that. Let me go back to the point I'm making. He says Pinky's section 205 says BBM net and that she's using data. Okay. And then over here, what happens? We know that Kelly Kumalo's cell phone is some ZTC. I can't remember the name. It starts with the Z, okay? It's some cell phone because you guys were laughing at it that Kelly Kumalo has a what? Cell phone? Okay. That cell phone definitely ain't doing no Blackberry Donnies, okay? How is this going on? But only Kelly Kumalo can really answer that question. Queen of SIM cards, okay? Queen of SIM cards because she has over 8 numbers, okay? She's probably using one device or many devices. I don't know what she's doing. That's something that I was left wondering from Steyn's statement, okay? He should have stuck with that, okay? He would have given him a little bit of credibility, but he just didn't understand how BBM works at the bare minimum. He tells him, Mshololo, that I have enough experience in education. What education? The 2 weeks and 6 weeks non-donies that you did? Sure. I have people in my comment section that will rebut everything you said who have the actual education to be cell phone analysts. And you know what? It's time the South African government takes that into consideration. Hiring actual, qualified people. There are so many people on the streets who have their diplomas, bachelors, masters in donies, and they cannot find work because people like Steyn, who are unable to do the job, are occupying seats that they have no business occupying, okay? No business at all. Clearly, he said he's been working there for so many years. You already know the political structure in this country and what it was. Do the math, okay? He got in when, people like him, who look like him, could get in whether or not they had the qualifications or not. I'm going to leave that there. If you want me to go deeper on that, to join my other channel where we talk about current affairs, okay? Current affairs. That's the GNU Unfiltered channel. I expect to see you there, okay? One more thing, I'm going to add this clip. Totally different case, was pretty viral last year, but I'm adding it because I want you to see it is possible for absolute power to corrupt. And these are some of the highest, they were probably started off as policemen as well, okay? Now they have their own criminal case going on. Do you see what life is? Life is a wheel. So Steyn, just because you are Steyn does not mean you are absolutely immune from corruption. Allegedly, okay? And let me drop that clip here. You already know the house rules. I'm not going to do that in this series. I'm skipping it through because there's a lot to break down from just what happened yesterday, okay? Next video loading up.
One of the victims in the assault case of 8 former VIP Protection Unit members is testifying at the Randburg Magistrates Court in Johannesburg today. The victim is one of the 3 soldiers who were allegedly assaulted by the 8 officers who were part of Deputy President Paul Mashatile's security on the N1 highway in Johannesburg in July last year. The accused face charges including pointing a firearm, malicious damage to property, reckless and negligent driving, assault with intent to cause grievous bodily harm, attempting to defeat the administration of justice, and assault by threats.